free. Yeah, Halloween's great. I've had some of the best memories on Halloween, trick-or-treating. Like, I'm sure we've all been through this. Going door to door, go to a house, no light on, but you see the quote-unquote holy grail of Halloween. The bowl left outside, you know what I'm talking about? With the Just Take One sign on it. But I gotta break it to you, nobody just takes one. It's not a thing that happens. Those signs, they're about as useless as male nipples. Don't use them. They're pointless. Oh, what about when you're going door to door, as I have previously mentioned, that's how trick-or-treating works, in case you guys aren't familiar with that. Going door to door, knocking a house, not a super fancy house. Then they open the door, and these blessed Halloween saints drop a king size into your pillowcase. That kind of stuff makes my year. Like, it doesn't get much better than that. But with all the great things, we also have those bad experiences, which is not usually mentioned. But I'm going to mention them. Halloween is one of those holidays where you get to see people who you don't necessarily want to associate yourself with. Let me give you an example. Oh, but first of all, I'm pretty sure I have a theory, all right? This is why Halloween is called Halloween, because it weans out those hollow-hearted people. You know? The people who I'm about to mention. So these are the terrible people. These people who give out raisins. The boxes of raisins. I came up hoping to get a box of Mike and Ike's, and I come back with a box of Sun-made raisins. Nobody wants raisins even on a regular day. I could get raisins from a store, but I don't. Like I said, nobody wants raisins, and why would we want raisins on such a holy day such as Halloween? I mean, it's, candy, dried fruit, candy. Not even grapes want to be associated with raisins, right? Because if they did, raisins would be called dried grapes.
Shane, that's a dried out joke.
I get it. She wasn't even planned. Grapes don't want raisins riding on their coattails. Grapes are up here. Grapes are good stuff, you know? You use grapes for a lot. They don't want raisins, these dried up old men, or women, sorry, don't want to be prejudiced, riding their coattails of deliciousness and bringing their image down. It's just not a thing that should happen. And one more thing before I move on, this one's kind of important. I have a public service announcement. For those of you who think there's an age limit to trick-or-treating, you guys are godless people. Because I've experienced this firsthand. You have not seen true sadness until you've seen a 6'2" bearded man in a squid costume turned around from free candy, empty-handed. It happened. It's sad, right? It's terrible. But the squid costume, phenomenal. Speaking of monstrous beings, you're welcome for that transition. Let's talk about some monsters. You can trust me with these facts due to the fact that I am 1/8 Wolfman. I've come to the fact that Halloween's monsters aren't that scary when you think about how truly absurd they are. Here, I'll give you an example. The fact that skeletons are hilarious in any situation, in everyday life, like, I don't know, somebody give me a suggestion, and I'll read it. Gavin, give me a suggestion.
Okay, a skeleton getting money from an ATM.
That's it, no muscles at all. No skin either, or organs. Why would they even need money? Top hats? Probably. Lately there's been that huge resurgence of like zombie culture, shows and movies and comics and whatnot. And be totally cool with it if it wasn't so, like, didn't make me feel so bad. You guys aren't getting why it makes me feel so bad, so here you go. Any of you guys seen World War Z?
Yes!
Okay, good. Now, for those of you who haven't, there's a scene when they are in, I believe it's Israel, and Israel at this point is walled in. You gotta watch the movie, not gonna spoil anything, but it's walled in. Yes. And the zombies at this point there's a lot of them. And they begin to stack on top of each other, brilliantly collaborating in an almost Disney movie-esque teamwork situation to get over the wall and eat all the brains, you know, as us zombies like to do. And that, it frustrates me because I can't even have a secret handshake with them. Like, let alone stack on top of each other to eat brains. And another thing, why is it that zombies can so easily run upstairs when I can't? I struggle walking both up and down them. I have countless bruises and scars. If you want to see, there's pictures somewhere. And through my countless hours of my research on zombie movies and TV shows, I think I cracked the case. I think the way to prevent a zombie attack. Here it is. Get ready. Remember this. Write it down if you need to. Notes, phone, in your phone, or a calendar. Close the door. It's really easy. Zombies can't open doors. So if you leave the door open, here, be careful. Close the door. I found out best way to prevent a zombie attack is a guaranteed. Buy a master lock. There's combinations. Zombies' brains don't work that way. They work for brains and then pushing things. Eventually they'll give up if they just keep pushing and nothing happens. I do. Yeah, just get a combination lock. That's why I always tell myself there's nothing to fear but fear itself and zombies who can turn doorknobs. And as I'm looking at this paper, I spelled knobs wrong. So you're safe in my hands. But you know, that's the old saying, right? So in the spirit of the Ghost Story Cabaret, get it, spirit? Let's talk about ghosts. Sorry. Transparent Americans. I don't want to be prejudiced. Anyways, sorry. Ghosts are scary. I called them ghosts again, but we've all accepted the fact that I'm a prejudiced person. Ghosts are scary. I'm not talking about like the pottery teaching shirtless Patrick Swayze ghosts. I'm talking about like the, oh, I used to be a person, but now I'm not, so I'm angry kind of ghosts, you know? Like the ones that are going to haunt you. And the reason ghosts are scary is because they have no reasoning behind why they want to mess with us. They just like it. It's fun. They just want to mess with us and Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray and Harold Ramis. The Ghostbusters reference, just in case you haven't seen the movie. Good one. Watch it.
Oh.
Netflix. No sponsor. Yeah. It's not like we can hurt them. And we can't see them, and I feel like that's cheating. Because in a fight, if I can't see you, how am I going to know I'm fighting you? It just doesn't make any sense. And the fact that they can touch me, but I can't touch them? Who wrote those rules? I forgot where I was. Ghosts are jerks. They're just mean people. Mean dead people who just want to make us sad and be spooky, you know, as they do. But I bet even ghosts wouldn't give out raisins on Halloween. Thank you.
Now, this is the part of the evening evening where we close the door and proceed to jigsaw you all.
Yeah. You didn't find that funny.
Anyway, we all know we all got a little bit of spooky inside us. This is the actual part of the evening where we invite anybody who has a ghost story to come up and tell it.
He took my line. I was supposed to say we all have spooky.
I'm sorry, Shane.
All right, I'm going to say it. We all have a little bit of spooky inside of us. So yeah, come up and tell your stories, or stand up.
Or
Comedy,
you can
comedy.
just sit